Yeah, I'm the executive director of the TOEFL program at ETS. I'm based in our Princeton, New Jersey office in the US. And I basically oversee all our work on TOEFL on a global basis. First of all, the TOEFL iBT paper edition is the TOEFL iBT. So it's exactly the same test, just as TOEFL iBT home edition is the same thing. It's just the same TOEFL iBT test that can be now taken in three different ways, as I mentioned: home edition and paper edition. So what that means is the scores are exactly the same. Scoring is the same. People can send scores to institutions in the same way. Scores can be accepted and used by institutions the same way. Think about it as no different from, say, IELTS has IELTS paper and IELTS computer. And people take both formats, and both formats are widely accepted and used, almost agnostic of the format. So the TOEFL iBT paper edition is exactly the same approach. But here's where ours is different. So once you go to a test center and take the first three sections, you don't have to go back to the test center again. You can just take the speaking section at home. So it's a lot more convenient from that standpoint. You can actually pick a number of appointments to suit your schedule. So let's say your test center appointment is on a Saturday morning. You can pick your speaking appointments on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, for example. But on each of those days, it's 24 hours. So you can literally pick the half an hour test appointment slot that works for you, as opposed to being summoned for a speaking interview at 4 p.m. on a different day. So they're not left with any uncertainty about when is ETS going to assign me a speaking section. So we understand that's what happens in many IELTS administrations around the world, where people go register for the test center thing, and then they're waiting to hear back when they'll be called in for speaking later on. With our TOEFL iBT paper edition, you get to know everything and you choose. You can register for the TOEFL iBT paper edition as late as 2 days before the actual administration, yourself, on a self-service basis, using a computer-based registration system. So identical to TOEFL iBT and TOEFL iBT home edition. After the first two sections, reading and listening, we actually provide a 10-minute break, identical to what they experience on the IBT, even though there's only one more section to be done. Now, IELTS does not do that, as I understand. With IELTS, you have to go through reading, listening, and writing in one shot without a break. We felt it was important to provide a break after about 110 minutes of going through reading and listening. So we've got the same exact break, 10 minutes. And it's a great mental reset because people can take 10 minutes to recharge themselves and come back in for the all-important writing section. We have MyBest Scores. And as some of our viewers will know, MyBest Scores are a combination of the test taker's best section scores from administrations taken in the last 2 years. Right. So if people repeat the paper edition, then score reports for will then incorporate the highest section scores from previous paper edition administrations. And so that's the same feature that we already have on TOEFL iBT, TOEFL iBT home edition. So we're offering that also on TOEFL iBT paper edition. Is that all score reports that students will send to institutions for the TOEFL iBT paper edition are free. So we don't charge any money for score reports, and they can send as many score reports as they want.